been amazing for the Carolina Railhawks. Fondy with 6, Bravo with 4 goals, 10 goals to be accurate. Brian Shriver has 5. He's on the bench and available along with Austin DeLuz. Expect to see Shriver and DeLuz in the second half for the Carolina Railhawks. We set the table for you. 12 games left, 7 at home, 5 away, and we're underway here in the first half. The Railhawks, Sam, pretty much thinking about 21 points in those 7 home games.
They're going to need it. For me, they're going to need it. You know, that they were on a run. They've been doing really, really well. And then obviously the slip-up at Cosmos. And, you know, I played in those games, Dean, to be honest with you. Sometimes they can just be one of those games that they're in your system, and for some reason it just goes that way. So I know as a player and being in the change room all week, you'll want to put that behind you. So coming out tonight at home against a team that I believe Carolina Railhawks have too much for, I think is what's needed. They've got to start right. They've got to get Omar Daly, they've got to get Fondy on the ball in between the lines, and if they can do that, I think they'll create a lot of chances.
First minute, Barrow, right side, number 20. He is such a busy player. I like him a lot.
Yeah, keep your eye on him, Dean. He's a really, really good player. He burst onto the scene. I remember we covered the game when he first came out and started playing, and he's got all the skills and just dipped a little bit now, but a new manager coming in, it's given maybe a new lease of life.
Marcelin, tough ball, back to Black. One in the middle of the park. That's Lagerblom from Finland. One back by Watson. Watson, a little too casual, lost it there. It was a Watson turnover against New York that kind of turned the tides for the Railhawks a week ago. And that'll be hopefully the last time we talk about last week's game, because I think you're right. The Railhawks have put it behind them, and they're ready to go for 3 here tonight.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, you can see the game already. It started frantic, which for me was talking about the weather. It's got a lovely, there's a new manager there. You can just see him organising. It's a massive, this is a big run for him. This is the start of 3 away games. After this, Dean, they go to OKC and then they go to Puerto Rico. So this is huge for an interim coach. You know, you come away with 6 points out of those games on the road, that gives him a chance of getting the job full time.
Excellent point. We'll play it out of the back right now. Beto Nevada, Tyler Ruthven, the 2 center backs. Brian Burke is the right back. He touched it a moment ago. Lucas Scaglia from Argentina sits in front with Pekka Lagerblom. And checking back there is Zach Steinberger on loan from the Houston Dynamo.
Yeah, what you see normally with Steinberger is he'll be in that hole just under Keita. And then normally he'll just move out the way and he'll try and get Keita on the ball, and then he'll spin quick. So be aware of that, the 25 and the 10.
Keita's onside, and good work by Steve Miller to come over just in time, as making that run on the other side was Jamel Johnson. Pressure on Brian Silvestre. He's back in, and James Marcelin's already down on the ground. He is down and does not look to be doing all that well. The big man, number 42, and did not see what happened on the play, Sam.
No, I was watching Keita too. I didn't see what happened. But he hasn't moved, so hopefully it's hopefully he just needs to bit of treatment, get himself sorted. A good start so far. There you see Coach Colin, obviously, you know, gone away, had a difficult one last weekend, but it's big now. You see him just stretching here. Looks like just Clash, maybe a bit winded.
Yeah, may have
just knocked the wind out of him, maybe.
Yep.
You know, he's been missed. I know obviously against the Cosmos he came back in and was playing centre-back, but he's such a force in midfield, Dean. Such a strong, solid player. And, you know, it'd be interesting to see how him and Watson work together. I know they started early on in the season, but it'd be interesting because I think that the key for me, Dean, is one of them's got to sit. Either Watson or Marcelin has to decide. One of them needs to sit. Otherwise they get exposed. The back four for the Railhawks get exposed, and I think that's what the problem was for me. You know, when we watched them against the Cosmos, there was just no one in midfield, and they just coming through them at will.
Appears to be raining again here at WakeMed Soccer Park. And Sam, you said before we came on the air, you love playing in this kind of weather.
This is perfect. A little bit of drizzle makes the field quick, makes the ball slick. You can slide into tackles, you can read tackles, you can read blocks by sliding early, and plus the ball, you know, the speed of the ball just glides across this surface. Such a beautiful surface, and makes for a good passing game, which will suit the Railhawks.
Marcelin back to Tobin. Tobin with his left foot, looking to find Matt Fondy. Navarro played it first. Keita. They'll push it to Barrow from England. Barrow dancing with it. Black also from England. A little bit of a push and a shove. Black will get called for the foul. Probably didn't need to, as Barrow was headed the wrong way, and now a free kick opportunity for Jacksonville Armada FC.
They see the head coach there, you know, just looking at Barrow, just trying to keep the team compact. They realise that if the Railhawks can get the ball quick from these sort of situations, then they'll counter-attack. But I like this lad, Barrow. He's a left footer, but he's playing on this right-hand side, so he's got the choice of coming inside and outside. He can hit a shot, he can see a pass. And obviously they see Coach Colin just digesting the first 5 minutes of the game.
Colin Clark in his 5th year as the top man for the Carolina Railhawks. Free kick for Jacksonville, 6 minutes in. A lot of pushing and shoving inside around the 6. Silvestre will punch it out. It'll fall to Shipalani. He'll clear it long. Was hoping to find Omar Bravo. It'll come all the way back, sent back where it came from, but it'll fall again to T. Shipalani, number 11. Did not start against the Cosmos. Came on to start the second half when Paul Black, who is back in the game. It was migraines that Paul Black was dealing with against the Cosmos. Had to come out, so he just wasn't feeling well. That's good news because they need him back there at left back.
Yeah, he's been excellent. You know, even it shuffled the whole formation around because obviously with Drew Brecky having to come out of his midfield slot where they'd done well, and that's what I spoke about before about how it left them open a little bit for me for the counter-attack. But you know, it's good to see T on the ball. I'm going to be honest, I think T's had a quiet season. I think, that I'm used to seeing him getting at players and going 30, 40 yards and doing his scissors and his step overs and beating people. So hopefully, I was listening to him on the podcast and saying how he wants to get back to that and getting back to taking players on, which is his strength.
Marcelin to Watson. Watson dropping it into space. Thought Fondy was going to peel to the right. Instead, he peeled to the left central. And nobody home. It'll stay now with Jacksonville. 7 minutes in. Carolina Railhawks 0, Jacksonville 0. Dean Linke along with Sam Stockley. Delighted to be with you on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel and WRAL2 and on your radio dial 99.9 HD3 The Ticket and 1550 AM online at WRALSportsFan.com. High pressure from Fondy. Able to cause some damage. Goalkeeper way out. Gallardo, the goal is open. Boy, Miller, if he just could have popped that in the air. Gallardo was in no man's land. And here's Gallardo coming out. Fondy comes in hard. Studs were up. He's got to be careful as he slipped inside the 18. And the Gallardo playing recklessly, to say the least, right now.
He's one of those goalkeepers for me that he can be a 10 out of 10, and then all of a sudden it can be one that can go through his legs. And I think that's why he's sort of been a little bit inconsistent in his career so far down at Jacksonville Armada, especially under the old coach. But again, listening to Mark Lowry talking about him.
That'll roll along. Let's take a look here now at the Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina game plan, Sam.
Back on track. We spoke about it. We're trying not to talk about last week with it being such a difficult defeat. But for me, you come home, your last home performance was very, very good. Probably one of the best attacking I've seen this season. And so for me, they've got to get back on track and get back to their game plan, and then patience. Jacksonville Armada, although in this first 8 minutes they've come out really well, but when Railhawks get the ball, don't be surprised to them to drop back into bank of four and a 5, and that's where the Railhawks have to be patient in and around the box.
That was today's game plan, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, reminding you they have a health plan that's right for you. 9 minutes in, Carolina Railhawks 0, Jacksonville Armada FC 0. It'll be a throw-in right down at the 4th officials table. The right back Burke will send it to Lagerbloom, back to Burke, and now Navarro will give it back to Gallardo.
I spoke to Coach Dwan, assistant coach for the Railhawks, before the game, and he was saying that one of the things they're going to look to do, they've been working on it a little bit this week, is if they're attacking down one side, they want to switch the point quick. They feel like that Jacksonville can, their two wingers stay high, Johnson and Barrow stay high, and they feel like if they can switch the point of attack quick, they've got a chance of getting in.
Shipalani right side, down near the end line. Corner kick, Carolina Railhawks.
Fans, be sure to pay extra attention to Railhawks corner kicks tonight. Sweet Tomatoes, selecting a lucky section to receive 2 free meals per fan if the Railhawks score any Sweet Tomatoes corner kick.
Shipalani over the ball. Abidawi will come over in support. Possible short corner. And now Abidawi's going to take it, and Shipalani will step out. So Nazmi Abidawi, the captain. Marcelin is in there. So is Tobin. Daly has come forward. Fondy with Lagerbloom all over, right behind Gallardo. It's Abadawi looking. Looks like a set play here. Watson coming into play as well. A lot of movement. Abadawi now with both hands in the air. Neither team in a hurry on any of their free kicks. Abadawi with his right foot. Sent far post. It'll be a corner kick on the other side. Omar Bravo might take it.
There was a massive space when they was lining that up there. I think they were just trying to pick off a couple of the Jacksonville Armada defenders. There was a huge space for Bravo to spin around the back, and
Bravo thought about taking it. Instead, he'll leave it for Nazmi Abadawi. And now Shipalani also treks over to the other side with him. So it's Abadawi and Shipalani. Watson calling for it, acting like he wants it. Watson trying to drag somebody out of it. Looks like a set play here again. Abadawi driven in near post, still loose. Connor Tobin went down, and Keita will just clear it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in Carolina.
yeah, not very well hit corner there from Naz Abadawi, but lovely little touch if anyone was following in there. It's the best that I think it was Daly or Connor Tobin just tried to get a little flick. If someone's coming in on the edge of the box there, that would have been an easy finish.
Miller with the throw in, 12 minutes in, still no score. Miller cleared out of there. Another throw in for Carolina as Tyler Ruthven sends it into the stands. Abadawi in the 18. Abadawi trying to stay with it. He'll lose it. Miller kept alive. Watson, one touch, delivers it in, deflected off. Shipalani tries to crank one up, hits it high and long and into the stands.
Just didn't catch that right. I like that from Matty Watson, though. He just opened up his body there and just delivered quickly, used the surface. You know, real good thinking from there. Anything like that, you could just see here, he's just whipping it in there, and it's so hard to deal with when they've got that grease on the ball and coming off the surface quick. You know, Jacksonville sticking to their guns here. Look, they're trying to play out. They've been caught twice. It's a great trigger for me for the Railhawks just to press them there.
Sent high. Mark Lowry, the new coach, has not lost a game, 2 draws and a win, as Connor Tobin plays it back to Brian Silvestri. The Jacksonville Armada, after opening with a draw and a win, lost 5, and now they've got 3 draws and a win. They haven't lost in 4. It's outside the 18, cleared there by Miller. Abadawi comes over.
Great play there from Abadawi, just calmed it all down a touch. Matty Watson's just touch got away from there. It's got to be a little bit cleaner.
Watson thought he had won it back. Instead, it'll stay with Jacksonville. Armada in their attacking third right now. Final 18. In fact, just outside of the 18. Scaglia sends it far side to Johnson. Miller will head it out of bounds, and now a corner kick for Jacksonville. Johnson may take it.
Just as that ball gets laid back, you want to see the Carolina Railhawks. You can see there's Coach Colin writing down his notes. Just as that ball gets laid back, I think the back four for the Railhawks can just creep 2-3 yards. You know, it's a real good ploy there because you step up, even though you're going to hold Dean, but it just makes the centre forward have to move rather than staying in there.
Corner kick, Jacksonville. Sent in with the right foot. As that was Steinberger, but a whistle as there's some tussling going on. Foul called against Jacksonville. And now it'll come back to Brian Silvestri and the Carolina Railhawks.
Dinner and dessert. Coffee and Crepes is located just 4 miles from here, right in the middle of Crossroads Plaza. To check out their full menu and catering options,
you know, you can see here they're building out from the back here, and Jacksonville Armada's shape's just so solid. I think that's the one thing that the new head coach has done. He's really worked on their shape and got them organised. But for me, those are the pockets that they can get it into Omar's feet, into Fondy's feet, in between the lines.
This is better work here from the Railhawks. Black on it. Shipalani turning around Lagerbloom. Shipalani. He's got a little pep in his step tonight. Here's Bravo holding for Abadawi. Abadawi to Fondy. Quickly now to Miller. Miller has Watson show. Watson on the ground back to Fondy. Fondy staying with it. Over to Miller. Miller sent in. Abadawi. He's going to take his time. He's thinking corner kick. Instead, it went all the way through. Gallardo has it.
Great ball movement from the Railhawks there. Really good interplay. I like the fact that T. Shipalani's not just stuck out on that right-hand side. He's going to have the freedom to come in and move. Naz Abadawi will switch sides. They're both comfortable either side. I like that. You know, I like that. Really good play. Nice and quick. Good tempo.
15 minutes in, no score. The Carolina Railhawks and Jacksonville Armada FC. Throw in quickly.
One thing you'll notice, Dean, with Jacksonville Armada is that the two wide players stay really, really high. You can see now it pins the back four in, but when you got the banker four in there with Marcelin, you can see him now going hunting. And I think that's a trigger. Look, you can see Bravo. It's good to press there.
High pressure here. Shipolani also on the attack. Lagerblom feeling that pressure, sends it long. Barrow, what a touch from Barrow. And Keita is taken down. Boy, that touch from Barrow sprung Keita, now quickly restarted by Jacksonville. Here they go. Barrow, terrible pass, read by Miller. Barrow's almost too busy for himself sometimes. Like him, though.
Yeah, good player.
Abadawi, Fondi, soft touch. Fondi playing with all kinds of confidence. He'll take it now. Fondi, heavy touch. Keep in mind, it's Jacksonville Armada FC that sold Fondi to the Carolina Railhawks just before the start of the fall season. And Fondi, with his 6 goals, actually scored last time these two teams met in Jacksonville, a 2-2 tie 4 games ago. Here's Keita. Keita. Jamel Johnson. Johnson back to Keita. Scaglia had it for a moment, so did Lagerblom, and Keita will lose it to Miller.
That was good play there. It was Keita that just obviously give that ball away, but that was good play there from Armada. Nice ball movement. It's, you know, both teams are looking to get it down and play. Both teams are comfortable on the ball. Just going back to the Railhawks opportunity before that, you know, that's that patience that we're talking about. It's just going to be that final ball, that final delivery again for the Railhawks. If they get that right, they get some goals tonight.
Miller across midfield. Bravo will leave it for Fondi. Bravo wanted it back. Fondi stays with it. Miller comes in support. It's knocked out of bounds, but, yep, it was knocked out of bounds by Fondi, and Fondi and Bravo talking to each other at the moment.
Just see T. Shipolani over on this left-hand side, wide open, you know. Ball, once it comes in there, nice little turnaround, they got to switch that play. Barrow's, you know, Barrow will work hard for Jacksonville Armada on this right-hand side. He's not going to want to go up and down. And when you've got a natural left-back or attacking left-back like you have with Paul Black, who loves to get forward, it's going to be a real overload for them and a good chance. They've just got to move that ball out to this left-hand side a little bit quicker.
Keita taking the pass from Wallace. Now Keita will switch it right side. Perfectly done to Burke. Burke making the run. Barrow taken away by Shipolani. Took it right off his foot. Shipolani squares it, but Watson was not moving. Lagerblom will clean it up.
Done ever so well. Square ball though. Those square balls get you killed at any level. You play that ball square in midfield and he's always got a chance of getting cut out.
Shipolani with 2 back-to-back interceptions. He's on the Inverted Triangle podcast with Neil Morris, and indeed talking about returning to form, and he's looked good so far, both sides of the ball. Yeah,
you know, he just looks a little bit more lively, a little bit more engaged, and you know, it's a long, hard season, and there's so much expectation on T. Shipolani. He's that play, he's the go-to player when you need a goal, when you need a spark, and you know, he's been carrying that talisman for years, and you know, when he's not doing it, it gets highlighted, but he needs to get back to that. It's so important for the Railhawks. He's such a good player. He's so good on the dribble. He needs to get back to driving at people.
Here's Abadawi over the top. Fondi is there. He'll trap it. Oh, my, and he almost made it. He is so calm right now, even with 2 white jerseys hanging on him. It would have been an unbelievable goal. Great work from Fondi.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball from Naz Abadawi here. Look at this, though. Just gets his head up and just delivers, dinks a little ball straight between the centre back and the right back. Fondi does everything right there. Just wouldn't really come down quick enough as it drops. He got, you know, defender there. I think it was Burke, gets a little toe on it at the end, but love that ball from Naz Abadawi. Flighted over the top and great movement from Fondi again, pulling between the centre back and the right back.
Colin Clark, you see him right there, just sent Austin DeLuz to go warm up. Wonder what he's seeing. Earlier he had Becky up when Marcelin went down, but now he has DeLuz, and it makes me wonder about Matt Watson a little bit.
Maybe Matt Watson or maybe Marcelin. I would imagine if it's the sub would be Naz into the midfield and DeLuz on the left and T. Shipolani out onto the right.
Kept on the ground. Keita in a foot race now with Connor Tobin. Tobin wearing number 13 and that face mask. Back to Danny Barrow. Barrow marked by Shipolani. Barrow squares it to Scaglia. Scaglia now to Burke. Burke right side. Good tackle by Omar Bravo. Omar Bravo thought he had won it. It'll stay with Jacksonville. Burke, Keita. Lagerblom calling for it. He'll get it. Gives it right back to Keita. Tight spaces. Pinging around like a pinball machine. Drop back to Barrow. Barrow. And Cipollani, he's picked his pocket 3 times in a row. Black pushing forward. Here's Fondi. Fondi, Bravo calling for it. Fondi will tuck back in. He's got a player behind him. Fondi's got to know he's there, and he does. Good communication from the Railhawks. Abadawi first times it. Hits it hard, looking for Bravo. Bravo trying to climb the ladder, but Beto Nevada was there.
Just trying to see if there's anything wrong with Naz there, but he seems fine getting in the channel. I was just wondering why Delusa's gone out to warm up, but a great counter-attack there from Fondi. Excellent play. I love the movement from Omar Bravo. He pulled into this left-hand channel, and then you see Fondi attacking into the right-hand channel and playing in Naz Abadawi. Great relationship those two are building, understanding of where each others are and what their movements are.
Watson gets involved. He'll take it. Tobin back on it. 21st minute, almost 22nd. No score. The Carolina Railhawks in Jacksonville, Armada FC. We thank you for watching Railhawks Soccer on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel and WRAL2. Tobin. Now back to Brian Silvestri. He's back in there. Kira Fitzgerald in goal for that Indy win. And then also in goal for New York. So now Silvestri gets a shot. Looked a little bit like a handball there from Navarro. Abadawi will lose it right at midfield. I'm talking right there at the line. Steinberger on loan from the Houston Dynamo, and a foul there by Abadawi. Not sure why they whistled when Jacksonville still had possession with advantage.
He takes it quick again here. He's just talking to Naz Abadawi. He takes it quick. They've got Barrow and Burke on an overlap here on his right-hand side, but both teams still just trying to get a grip of the surface for me. You can see he just tugged him back on his right-hand shoulder. Just got in front of him, and Naz give him a little tug. Naz Abadawi give him a little tug there to slow him down. But
Burke, nice touch outside of his foot. Scaglia had it for a moment. Give Watson credit for tracking back to win it. Here's Marcelin going around Jacksonville Armada players like they're cones, but as I say that, he gives it right back to Burke. Burke gives it right back to Tobin. Tobin will find Black. Black will just ping it high in the air. One bounce. It stays inbounds at the moment. Navarro's there. So is Bravo. Bravo stays with it. He's fouled for sure as he goes down to the ground hard. Bravo goes down, and boy, Bravo, fair play. He always pops right back up.
Yeah, he just went down and realized he got the free kick and popped back up. Great strength from him there, from Bravo there. Look, he reads the touchdown here, just gets his body in there and just tries to flick it off. And there you see Navarro just giving him a little scoop with his right leg. But
Abadawi. And we'll see now the referee making sure where he wants the ball, and he's asking Abadawi to move it back. And Abadawi will indeed move it back. It's Jeff Gamble, the referee, directing traffic 24 minutes in. Abadawi over the ball.
Lovely little ball. If he just sees it, if Bravo will just pull out that hole, it'll be a lovely little ball into Fondi's feet.
Said they go backwards. Black to Tobin. Tobin now to Daly. Daly now a full-time Carolina Railhawks player. He's on loan for Bethlehem Steel. The Railhawks have signed him. Cipollani, that's Marcelin rather. Now Watson. Daly again. Miller looks like he was manhandled. He was. A foul on Jacksonville.
Get this ball down and quick, I think. Keep the tempo up for me, the Railhawks. They've started well this first 23 minutes, but they've got to keep the tempo up. Don't allow Jacksonville Armada just to slow it down. A few free kicks. Keep the tempo up.
Marcelin pushing forward a lot. I like it. Number 42. See if the Railhawks continue to high pressure. 25 minutes in. Dean Linke, Sam Sockley. Sam, your thoughts on the visitors from Jacksonville?
I think they're organized. I think they're trying to play. That they've got a good little midfield, but I think they can get caught. I think that they're trying a bit too casual at the back, and I think if the Railhawks press them at the right time, they'll get something. They've given the ball away a couple of times.
Foul on Marcelin. Steinberger has it. Slid in. Keita's there. Silvestri kind of falling back. Didn't look exactly comfortable, but had it played perfectly.
Yeah, great weighted pass there. Steinberger straight into the feet of Keita, and you'd expect him to do better. You know, he's a very good centre forward. He's not afraid to take shots at different angles, and Brian Silvestre had his angles covered there, though.
26 minutes. Your thoughts on the home team, the Carolina Railhawks?
I think they've been good. I think they've started well. I'm concerned about the midfield. I still think that with Marcelin and Watson, I think they both like to get forward, and they could get caught maybe over the. I think they could get caught in a counter-attack if they're not careful. But long balls aren't going to help them in this game. Not against the two centre-backs, Navarro and Ruffin. They've got to get it down and get it into Fondy's feet, Bravo's feet.
It's great work from Matt Watson, juggling it into his own space. Shipolani cuts back. Shipolani staying with it. Shipolani dancing. Shipolani again. Sent in. Not a bad cross. Fondy was there. Marcelin trying to clean it up. Will drop it to Black. Black thought about dialing there, but the ball bounced up on him. Remember, it's very slick. Still raining. Bravo staying with it. Bravo looked like he was clipped a little bit. He never goes down. Drops it to Black. Black to Abadawi. Good idea, but too strong.
I like that from T. Shipolani. It's what we've been talking about. That's what I want to see him do. Great look. He looks sharp. He looks sharp tonight. Looks like he's maybe got a bit of a point to prove and get back to his ways. Great couple of body swerves, like you said, and just a drop of a shoulder, and he tried to stand it up back post.
Throw in for Black, 27 minutes in. Actually, you look around here, Labor Day weekend, a lot of college soccer and the rain coming down, but very pleasant crowd, all things considered. Delay right now. There's a couple of soccer balls on the field. 27 minutes in. Watson is over it. Watson looking around. Watson will step over it. Now Black with the left foot. Pings it all the way other side. Wallace is over there. He'll miss it. Shipolani will let it roll out of bounds as it went off the head of Wallace. It'll be a throw-in as close to the corner flag as possible. He quickly does. Marcelin, boy, how active has Marcelin been? He's basically been acting like a center forward for a majority of this game.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. He likes to get forward. There's no question about that. You know, him and Watson have so many strengths, and they both like to get forward. That's the only concern is they're organised for the counter-attack, because that's the only way I can see Jacksonville Armada at the minute getting into this game is just getting a quick counter-attack against them.
Shipolani with the right foot over the head of Daly. Keita will clear it. One bounce, it'll fall to Black. Black sends it right back where it came from. Fondy's onside, he stays with it. Marcelin with a swing and a miss. Marcelin, you can tell he's hunting for a goal, but just couldn't get any of that one.
He's just rushed it, Dean. Dropped down perfect, lovely ball back in there. You just see Paul Black, one thing on his mind, just lifts it back into a real dangerous area. Great decision. Fondy challenges and drops to Marcelin on his left foot. Maybe he could have switched his feet quickly and hit that with his right. It's got to be on target with this surface, you know. Anything in and around the keeper, it's just going to pop in and skip.
High pressure from Fondy. The Railhawks return to Wake Med Soccer Park next Saturday, September 10, to take on their Canadian rival, Ottawa Fury FC, at 7:30. Tickets available at CarolinaRailhawks.com. Tobin running the other way, and they'll say goal kick. Steinberger claiming it went off of Tobin, but I think they had it right.
Yeah, to be good play actually by Connor Tobin, because as that ball got put in the channel and it was getting chased there by Steinberger, I thought he was going to play it back to Silvestre, but Jacksonville Armada did well because they had Keita and he was blocking that off, ready to pounce.
Turnover, sorry, from Marcelin. Keita will steal it, back across. Boy, and a turnover there from Marcelin.
It's exactly what he spoke about. That's the only way I can see at the minute Jacksonville Armada getting a goal is either a counter-attack or a mistake from the Railhawks.
That was very close. We'll take a look at that when we can. Right now, though, game moving at a quick pace. Lagerblom could get a card. He'll at least get a warning from Jeff Gamble. Boy, as Kyle Lang and Ian Lang. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Well, that's the foul on Fondy.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, to be fair. It looked like Fondy took a touch and fell over his own feet. But you can see Ruffin there is not really, he didn't really say much. Normally that's a telling sign and centre back, but
Daly, right side to Miller.
It's interesting. I'm just looking up the field here, and you just see Bravo pulling out to this left-hand side and telling Naz to go in the middle for a bit. So there's going to be a lot of interchanging.
Miller to Fondy. Fondy fouled again. It'll be a free kick opportunity for the Carolina Railhawks as Fondy has been on the ground a lot. This is the mistake in the back.
Yeah, it just goes, just sloppy work there from Marcelin. Just takes his eye off the ball, tries to play it out to Daly, and just completely takes his eye off the ball and cuts it short.
Railhawks lucky on that play. Meanwhile, they're the other side here. Free kick opportunity and a dangerous one. Marcelin has come forward. Bravo's there. Tobin. Daly is involved as well. Abadawi will serve. Tobin right in front. Wallace, his head on it. Bravo sent it back across hard and cleared by Jacksonville. Keita will flick it. And what a flick to Jamel Johnson. Johnson going the other way, but he'll lose it. Railhawks throw in.
Great return ball back in there from Omar Bravo. As that dropped, he just volleyed it straight back in across the box.
Daly.
Just got to tighten it up a bit. You know, both teams, it's a little bit loose, building up play, and then a mistake or an overhit ball, or someone's not used to the skip off the surface. You just got to clean that up.
.32 minute, Carolina Railhawks 0, Jacksonville 0. Black. Pressure from Danny Barrow.
This is where you see Jacksonville Armada's shape for me. Look, they're banked in there. It's like a 4-4-1-1, just shifting and moving side to side, making it difficult for the Railhawks to find those gaps.
Daly pings it long. Colin Clark with a scream at Daly. Didn't like that play.
This we're talking about the patience, though, right there, Dean. That's it there. I know we spoke about it in and around the box, but it also means the two centre-backs and the two full-backs, for me, especially the two centre-backs, they're going to have a lot of the ball. So they've got to just keep them moving, be patient. They don't need to force it in there, just dropping it in high. They just need to keep it patient, shift it side to side, and gaps will open up. Then they've got to be clean and accurate with their passing.
Abadawi over to Black. Black now Shipalani. Right back to Black. Black back to Marcelin. Marcelin over to Daly. Now Tobin. Watson finds Abadawi. Shipalani quickly to Black. The Railhawks have looked clean at times, so clean. Watson, and Lagerbloom gets a piece of it. Watson comes back to win it. Good work by Watson to make up for the turnover.
Love that little ball there from Matty Watson, just flicked round the corner. T. Shipalani left it, then into Naz Abadawi's feet. They've got to do more of that. That's how they're going to break down this Jacksonville Armada, the two banks, the 4 and the 4. They've got to find T, they've got to find Fondy, Bravo, Abadawi, in between the lines.
Miller. Bravo coming all the way back. Miller wanted it quicker, so Bravo's got to turn around and give it back to Daly. Omar Bravo's done a lot of moving. He's all over the field. Came all the way back to midfield to get a touch. There's a turnover from Tobin. Tobin will get it right back. Lucky.
No need to force it there. It's probably what Coach Collins shouting at him there. No need to force it. Just keep it moving. Got to be patient.
Fondy pushed down again, and Fondy with a free kick opportunity. Navarro with the foul.
It was a foul, no question about it. Lovely little ball from Omar Bravo. Little left foot curled it into Fondy's feet here. Look, lovely little ball, just drops straight on him. Skips into his body, and there you see the hand in his back, and Fondy goes down. No complaints there. Navarro can't say nothing about that. Silly mistake, silly free kick for him. Great opportunity for the Railhawks here.
Bravo.
Anything on frame for me here, Dean, especially with the surface, especially with the way it's going to skip. Just got to follow it in. Anything on frame, just get it to bounce just in front of the keeper.
Bravo's going to take the free kick.
Look, he's looked at it left foot. Brilliant. Looked at it right-footed. Now he's looking at it left-footed.
Let's see if Bravo's going to have a goal here. Omar Bravo over the ball. Bravo kept it down and on frame. Not a bad little shot there by Omar Bravo.
Keeper struggling. Don't know what happened there.
Yardo goes down and he's calling for the trainer.
Look, maybe his groin. I'm not sure as he went down. See Omar Bravo, but fair enough. Obviously, you know, you want him to get on the ball, but when you got a natural left footer, some maybe like Black can whip that in. You want, here it is, look, you see this ball in there, just skips in there, you see him go down on there. As he gets up there, you could just feel it's like his quad maybe his thigh. Here you see Bravo just weighing it up, does everything right for me. This is exactly what, skip in front of him as he goes down there. Yeah, look, you just see the keeper trying to get up there. He looks like he's struggling. Straight away, he knows. Yeah, he'll be coming off. Looks like he's pulled his groin maybe.
Gallardo.
Yeah, he's struggling.
So Lewis, of course, who saw quite a bit of action under Tony Miola. So certainly not an inexperienced goalkeeper, at least by the standards of this year. Could be coming on. As number 23 is warming up. Gallardo looks like he still wants to try to stay in.
It just heard that you could just sort of lip read the physio there. He said, "Did you feel it pop? Did you hear a pop?" This will be interesting, this, because he'll have to kick one now. So maybe we'll try and get into half time or.
So Gallardo's going to stay in for the moment. 37 minutes. And he'll just throw it on the ground now. Tobin steps in front. Now Black, so we'll have a little bit of added time as Gallardo stayed down for a couple minutes. Cipollani checking back.
Now I can see it, look. He's asked the referee, like you can see he's just tried to move now, and he's just signalled to the bench. Gallardo again, he's obviously done his groin and thought he could carry on, like you can see him.
Tobin over to Black. Tobin again. Let's see if the Railhawks can take advantage of an injured goalkeeper and keep possession.
I was going to say, you want to try and get this on frame a few times and make him play. Look, he sat down. I wouldn't kick it out. He's got his off. I wouldn't. For me, I wouldn't do that. See, I don't think you should do that. I think that that's wrong. He's been on the field, Dean. The physio's come on. He said he can play. The ball's in play, and because he sat down, they've stopped the game. Maybe that's unsportsmanship from me, but that's what I would do. I'd have hit shots on frame and tried to get it in there, Dean, and test it.
I would have hit it from midfield, maybe.
You know, it's... No.
So, see now Sean Lewis. Gallardo is done. Jeff Gamble telling Gallardo just to go off behind the goal. So that'll mean Lewis is coming on. Sean Lewis from Rockford, Michigan. He was pretty much the goalkeeper of choice for Tony Miola, which was a bit of a surprise because Gallardo had so much experience, and Lewis played a lot of games for him.
Yeah, I just think, like I said before, you know, Gallardo's got that little bit of a reputation of being brilliant, and then all of a sudden, you know, can drop a bit of a howler and cost a goal. And you know, those sort of reputations as a centre back, those sort of reputations as a goalkeeper, it's the last thing you want. You know, yeah, really good player, but it gives you a goal, or a really good player and makes a mistake. You know. Hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully he'll be back in a couple of weeks and back competing for that #1 spot. But great opportunity for Lewis now with a new, you know, you've been in the team, new manager comes in, new head coach comes in, you're out the team, he's a young lad. That's an opportunity for me now, Dean, to say, right, I'll show you that I've worked hard and I've done everything, and now it's my time to come in.
Fondi down near the corner flag. Fondi still staying with it. Fondi inside the 18. He'll lose it. Good work from Wallace, the left back. Miller. Now Bravo. Bravo staying with it. Bravo earning a corner kick. Corner kick, Carolina.
I was just looking at Miller there. He got caught. As he played that ball, he got caught by Johnson late. Just see this clearance here. You say Bravo, brilliantly, just getting that up. One thing in his mind. 3 Jacksonville Armada players around him. It just ricochets off him, gets himself a corner.
Cipollani's going to take it this time.
There's a real big space around the back. If they can run everybody near post and get...
Near post to Marcelin, he'll leave it. It'll fall to Fondi. Fondi was thinking goal number 7. Back to Shipolani. Shipolani's got another chance.
They've got to stand out back post. Bravo's all on his own if they could see it. Great, I just see Daly, great movement from Daly as well. He recognised that Bravo was on his own.
Abadawi wins it back over to Marcelin. Now here's Tobin. Tobin over to Bravo. Bravo. Back to Black.
Just see there's 2v1 opportunity. Paul Black could have just slipped him back in. Still.
Miller now. Shipolani looks up, keeps it down.
So they've got to press him, Dean, with that opportunity there. They're in the 18-yard box. They've got bodies up because they've just counter-attacked. They've got numbers around. Don't let him play out. See if they can press him, because they'll cause Jacksonville Armada into some mistakes if they do that in that 18-yard box.
41st minute, no score in this one. Jacksonville unbeaten in their last 4 games, including 3 draws. Black looking for Marcelin, who continue. Oh, look at that flick from Marcelin, finding Bravo. Navarro will knock it out of bounds. Another corner kick. How about the flick from James Marcelin, number 42?
Yeah, just used his strength there. He had two defenders on him, just held him off and just let it hit him, and there you see Bravo going in behind.
Omar Bravo is going to take the corner. Abadawi comes over. Bravo, pretty good ball. There's Daly coming over. Daly, though, whistled as he knocked a Jacksonville player down.
Yeah, great ball in there. Great ball. Just see, I think it was Lagerbloom there that just got a great head onto that, to be fair. It was a difficult one, especially with Daly coming in across him from the blind side. Sorry, it was Steenberg. Real good job at that near post.
So now Lewis taking his time as we are in minute 42. We'll have some extra time as Gallardo went down twice.
It's been all Railhawks for me. You know, you think about it, Brian Sylvester's maybe touched the ball 3-4 times. They've had a couple of corners and been in the penalty area. I feel if the Railhawks can get a goal here, they can get 2 or 3, to be honest with you.
You throw in for Black, 43rd minute now, still no score. Tobin will switch it quickly to Daly. Daly, middle of the park. Marcelin now has checked back as Watson has his turn to go forward. Now Watson will come back and show. It's Marcelin right at midfield, 43rd minute. Marcelin, tough ball to Abadawi. Marcelin saw it coming back and read it. Marcelin is hoping to stay with it. Black wins it back. Here's Abadawi. Black, tough ball. Jacksonville able to shut down that final pass into space. Keita, Tobin, Silvestri way off his line, and he'll boom it out of bounds.
Good play from the goalkeeper there. Brian Silvestri's read it. To start with, I didn't think he was going to come, but great play there from the goalkeeper. Good starting position.
Watson tight spaces. Abadawi. Boy, Nasby Abadawi's got to be best 11. Shipolani is in. Shipolani, the keeper, is on.
Yes.
Shipolani, 1-0 Carolina.
Brilliant. Could see it from the start here. The moment Naz Abadawi got out this tight area, T. Shipolani went on his run, and look at that ball from Naz Abadawi. Bit of backspin, sits perfect. One bounce, T. Shipolani, great control. Telling you, he's started lively this game. Look at this ball from Naz Abadawi here. Look, just reads it between the two. Fantastic weight, bit of backspin, sits up perfect for T. Shipolani, and there you see him finishing it over the goalkeeper's head. Fantastic finish that is. It deservedly, we said at the beginning of the game, he looked sharp today. He looked involved, he looked like he wanted some of it today, and now he's got his goal. He's been excellent.
Not much better than the smile of T. Shipolani, and you saw it right there after turning and scoring that goal. Meanwhile, Nasby Abadawi with a league-leading 9 assists. And you think about some of the chances he's created, he could have 20 assists if the Railhawks were finishing early on in the season.
Without a shadow of a doubt. You know, as he played the ball, like we spoke about, we played the ball just before that to Fondi, about 15 minutes before that on a little angle. Great weight and speed, and you know, that's what we spoke about before the game, about how when you got T. Shipolani one side and Naz Abadawi, they'll come inside in between the lines, and that was a prime example. Left winger comes inside, delivers over for the right winger coming in on the angle. Fantastically worked goal there from Carolina Railhawks.
So the Railhawks on top, 1-0. T. Cipollani, along with Austin DeLuz, those two started off great. They had 5 goals early on as part of that 4-0 run, and neither one of them have found the net in quite some time. Cipollani does it here, and it's 1-0 Carolina Railhawks. As we'll get an indication here in a second on how much added time. It's going to be 2 minutes. Could have been more, but they keep it at 2 minutes. I like it.
They just got to stay focused now, the Railhawks. Get into half-time. Very, very good first half for me. They've dominated the game. Majority of the game's been in Jacksonville's half. Done excellent and crowned with a lovely first half goal from T. Cipollani. Fantastic ball from Naz, though. You could see in the air, it just had a little bit of backspin, just bit on the grass, and there it is. T. Cipollani. Tough finish as that as well, Dean. You know, you see those go over. He just caught it because he used his lace. I thought he might use the inside of his foot, but he used his lace. Great
Perfect
finish.
Yeah, perfect finish. Now Omar Bravo down near the corner flag. He's trying to earn a corner kick, and guess what? He does, and the Railhawks will have time. 1:15 remaining, and you can see Bravo saying, be patient here. Bravo over there.
See Coach Collin be happy. I want to get into half-time. For me, the young lad, you know, maybe that's the reason why he's not been starting. His starting position for me, the goalkeeper on that goal, Dean, was poor. The moment it went over the top, I think he's got to drop back.
Either drop back or go ahead and commit all the way out.
Got caught in
He
no
didn't
man's
do either
land.
one, yeah. Bravo this time with his left foot.
Brilliant.
Tobin got his head on it. Now Watson. Watson into the 18. Watson staying with it. Daly was still up there, and I think it'll be another. No, it somehow stays in bounds. Thought that was going out of bounds. It felt like everybody did. And it stayed in bounds. They play it quickly to Keita. Keita is a handful. Look at Tobin checking back, saying, that's mine. And Tobin is fouled, and he'll win the whistle.
I like that from Matty Watson. Great play there from Connor Tobin. He just got caught from behind and flattened on the floor. Good work back, but I love that from Matty Watson. Anytime you got the ball, he could just see here. Connor Tobin uses his body, gets involved. He's pushing Keita off him there, and he just gets his body and it just gets flattened.
Yeah, it looked like he got his leg extended as well. He is a warrior and then some. And that's the whistle as we are done with one in the books. And we'll see if
this next 10 minutes for me will set the tone of the game. If the Railhawks come out sharp, then it could be a long second half for Jacksonville Armada. They just got to stay focused for me, Dean. It was an excellent first half. Watson and Marcelin, who, you know, 2 quality players, but they've worked that out in there, which was something that was a little bit concerning for me. Would they both go? Would it leave gaps? But they've been excellent in that midfield berth, and with T. Cipollani and Naz Abadawi either side, and the 2 up top, Fondi and Bravo, you know, they've just now got to stay in this focus for the next 10-15 minutes in this part of the game.
Quickly want to thank both coaches for being a part of the halftime show presented by Med Fusion Plus, the official healthcare IT provider of the Carolina Railhawks. Second half is underway. The Railhawks, of course, in their home grays. Jacksonville Armada FC in all whites. Dean Linke, Sam Stockley, delighted to be with you here as Tobin sends it back. Great work as always under the direction of Kyle Lang. Ian Lang is in the house. Savannah Ravel, Brian Ware, Dylan Field, and the rest of the crew here. Curtis down on the field, even Coach doing a little bit of work. Marcelin over to Cipollani. Cipollani is on it. Cipollani, good ball to Bravo. Bravo turns, squares it. Eyes behind the back of his head, and Bravo goes down hard. And that does not look good. Bravo in a collision there. He goes down hard, Sam.
Yeah, he did. He didn't see it coming. It's a great ball in from T. Cipollani, and it just opens his body up to play it square. And he gets caught. I think it's with Steinberger. Sorry, Lagerboom. Catches him. I don't think he meant to. There was nothing in it, but he wasn't looking and caught him. You could just see here, look, he opens it up there, and yeah, it's just inside of his shin, comes straight across and catches Lagerboom. Shin to shin, that hurts.
Yeah, both players go down. The trainer taking a look at Omar Bravo. Yeah. He's in some pain.
Hopefully it's just a bruise. Been there many times, just skips your shin pad and hits you right on the bone, and it's. But he didn't see it coming, so he's whipped it across his body there, but.
4-4.
Lovely ball from T. Cipollani before that to get it into his feet. I thought he might have pulled the trigger to have a shot, but then he squares it.
Great ball from Cipollani and pretty good ball from Omar
Brilliant.
Bravo as
yeah.
well.
No, brilliant. I thought he was going to maybe slide in Fondi, and then he just looks across, and I think it was Paul Black who was coming up to.
One thing that we have seen is...
You see here, look, just as it comes across there, look, right across his body, right onto his his knee catches the inside of his shin. That's going to be sore in the morning, that. But he'll get through that. It's one of those ones where it hurts to start with, then you start playing, it's all right, and then afterwards it kills again.
Omar Bravo, I was just starting to say, I mean, look at this guy. He's 36 years young, and every time he gets hit, he pops right back up. I mean, he looks to be like, he really does look like a 22-year-old with the way he plays out there. I mean, he looks youthful in the way he approaches the game.
Yeah, you know, that's credit to his professionalism. That's credit to him as a professional and being in it for a long, long period of time. And he obviously looks after himself. I was talking to one of the players in the week, and I was asking him about Bravo and his training habits, and he just says he's just one of the most humble guys they've ever met. You know, considering the career he's had, he's not big time, he's not arrogant. People talk to him, he always takes it on board. I asked him if he says much, and he says sometimes he'll stop it and they'll ask his opinion, and they'll have a translator and he'll say it. He said, but he doesn't say it too often, so you know it means something. He's not one of those that talks. It's probably why no one listened to me, Dean.
49 minutes in, Marcelin over to Watson. Watson has it for a moment. Everybody loves hearing that great accent of Sam Stockley for sure. So come all the way back.
Good. This is where you can press him. You see, I like this. Look, T. Cipollani there.
Cipollani gets a touch on it and then pulled down. That could be a card. Colin Clark. Well, no. Let's see here.
You can see he wants a card there. Quite rightly so. T. Cipollani's in. Wallace has been clever there. He got caught. He got pulled. It deservedly a yellow card. Great press.
Yeah, Jeff Gamble kind of was waiting to get the look from his assistant referee, and you saw the assistant referee actually signal to his chest.
He pulls him here, and he grabs him. So it's definitely a free kick. T. Cipollani's away there if Wallace doesn't bring him back.
So that'll allow Matt Watson to get over the ball. So Wallace with the yellow card. Watson, as we are in minute 50, the Railhawks on top 1-0. Watson directing traffic to T. Cipollani.
Just got to drop it right between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box.
Cipollani, Watson wanted it back, gives it to Abadawi instead. Abadawi over the top, Marcelin's there. Saved by Lewis and cleared out of there by Wallace.
Great reactions there from the keeper. Gets a strong hand to pull it back from being inside the goal there. I thought that might have gone in.
Steinberger, now minute 51. Jacksonville down a goal. They go right side.
That's going to help the Railhawks, the fact that Jacksonville are down a goal, because they've got to come out now. Before they at 0-0, I think they would have been happy to get a point away at Carolina Railhawks on this field, you know, knowing how good their home form can be. But now they have to come out and play, and it's going to create gaps like this for Fondi and Bravo and T. Cipollani to get into.
Fondi's got Cipollani making a run right down the spine as Fondi goes right side. Omar Bravo's over there. Flicked out of danger. Bravo comes back to try to get a piece of it. Now Lagerboom.
It's a great ball there.
Yep. Top of the box by Steinberger. Now here's Jamel Johnson. Leads Jacksonville with 4 assists. Takes a lot of the corners. Now Johnson going right at Miller. Great ball across.
Brilliant. Dangerous ball that is there, Dean. Great play. You can see him shouting at his teammates. Why ain't there anyone getting on the end of that?
Abadawi will lose it. High pressure now from Jacksonville. 52nd minute. Throw in for the Jacksonville Armada FC. I don't think it's raining anymore, as I don't see the umbrellas out. Keep in mind we're covered up here in the Continental Tire broadcast booth, so we've got the best seat in the house, Sam.
Great view up here. So good to see the game up here.
52nd minute. Wallace with that yellow card. Skaglia, number 16, just kind of directs traffic in front of that back four.
Yeah, he does a lot sitting. It looks like they've changed it a little bit. They've got Lagerboom there as well, the captain, but they're going to have to throw bodies forward, and that will suit the Railhawks.
Miller. Wallace. Johnson, back heel. Eyes in the back of his head. Now Keita, back to Wallace. Square neatly. And Tobin will clear it.
And they've got to get up. It's a great clearance. It's gone 60, 70 yards, but they've not moved. That ball's travelled 60, 70 yards, Dean, and the back four's cleared 5 yards. And it's allowed Jacksonville Armada to stay in there, and they're going to go under pressure again. They've got to get up behind that ball if they want to get success tonight. The moment they clear that ball, for me, Railhawks have to get up behind it.
53rd minute, Railhawks bring out the same lineup that started the first half here in the second. That's Brian Silvestri in goal, Steve Miller, your right back, along with Daly, Tobin, Paul Black, your left back. In the middle, it's Watson, Marsland, and this man, Nasbi Abadawi, along with Shipolani. Fondi and Bravo up top. Fondi is on it. Fondi trying to stay with it. Fondi earns a corner kick. All Matt Fondi right there. Oh, my. They got that wrong, I think. I really do.
You know as well, because thing is with Fonde, he's an honest lad. Really, really honest. You could see here, if he thought that was going to go out for a corner, he would have done his best.
Oh, wow.
The centre-back doesn't touch it there, but I think he caught it before. It looked like he got a little touch before there. Another great ball from Naz Abadawi. To get it up and down with a bit of backspin on a greasy surface is pure class from Abadawi.
Excellent look from Ian Lang right there. I don't think Ruthven did touch it, so the referee got it right. And you can see Ruthven as he's just sliding with his leg in front of the ball, saying, you know what? Telling the assistant referee it's out on Fondi. Good stuff. Good shot. Good look. Lagerblom trying to find Keita. Down on the ground is Black. Nice tackle from Black. Yeah, great play. Just that's what we talk about, using the surface, you know, being able to slide early, and it creates that space to cut off passing lanes, and that's the beauty of the slick surface. But for me, Fondi's got the beating of Ruthven on this left-hand side. They got to release it a little bit more for him. Yeah, I agree. He can handle that back four. Yeah. Fondi's strong. Yeah. So calm in front of the goal. Miller pushed off the ball as Johnson has made a difference here in the second half. It was interesting. I was coming through the tunnel just as I was coming up before we started the broadcast, and Fondi was sat there with his mum. She's coming from San Francisco. Karen Fondi. Karen's responsible for the ponytail. Look at Fondi. Cuts Ruthven. Fondi. Ruthven comes in hard. Stays with it. And Fondi gets straight up. That's brilliant tackle there from the centre back. Fantastic tackle. It looks like he's landed on his shoulder though, which could be a problem, but just when we said Fondi had the doing of him, but again, there's that surface. Slide quick, get there early, but he looks like he's in trouble here. Look, Fondi beats him here. Look, just turns him in and out there, gets him going. Good recovery there, to be fair, from Ruthven, and as he hits that there, Fondi just goes down, his arm's out there, his left arm's out, and Fondi comes down on it there. He looks like he's in trouble there, the centre back. So Ruthven, see Coach Lowry. Appreciate him joining us right at the end of the first half. Hopefully you're able to catch that. A little bit of audio difficulties, but glad he was with us. 56th minute, Carolina 1, Jacksonville 0, and yeah, you can see him holding that shoulder. Sam, great eyes by you. Yeah, just come down on him. That, you know, it just gets separated, you get caught wrong, and then it separates out, and you can see him, he's in pain. Look. And it's right in that little in that shoulder bit there, just between. That's sore. Trainer saying no, he's going to be okay. Ruthven from Alpharetta, Georgia, played a little bit with Arizona United FC. And how about Omar Bravo, number 99, talking with Colin Clark? Yeah, you got to say I was just seeing Colin there, just tell him to pass it here. See here, looks a great tackle there originally, but with his arm being out there and Fondi comes right down on him just at that angle, it just you could see him there just straight away. Just get separated a little bit, and the problem with it's okay when it's like this. I've done it before actually, Dean. I did my shoulder like that, and it's actually it's the running movement of the arm going back that hurts. He's coming off, I think. It's the backward movement as if you're going to strike that hurts because it separates that way. Yeah, he's in some pain, Ruthven. Yeah. We saw Giardo leave, the goalkeeper for Jacksonville Armada, and shortly after he went to the bench with what appeared to be a groin pull, Sean Lewis was caught But as you said, he wasn't that far off his line. Cipollani was just brilliant.
To be fair, I thought he was further off his line, but when we see the replay, he was on his line. It was just pure class from Cipollani.
Omar Bravo, what a dummy. Ooh, Bravo shielded there by Wallace. And it'll come back to Jacksonville. The communication and understanding in a very short time between Bravo and Fondi has been outstanding.
Yeah, just two clean soccer players, you know. They just look for each other. The first thought is, you know, you don't often see that with strikers. Normally strikers are fairly selfish by nature, and so they should be, you know. That's what happens when you go in the box. But those two tend to always look for each other first and then take the decision to shoot after.
Cipollani has had himself a game tonight. Bravo. Back to Miller. Miller, now Marcelin. Thought about cranking one up. Might have been well served to do just that.
I thought he was going to. It looked like he was dropping perfect onto his right foot and he was going to bend it in there.
Scaglia will come back to Lewis, and now Lewis will ping it high and long.
He's struggling, Ruffin. You can just tell the way he's carrying that left arm. Be interested to see if he finishes the game.
Jamel Johnson going the other way. We're in minute 59. Johnson with Silvestre just off his line, but then able to step back. Good job by Brian Silvestre.
It's one thing Jamel Johnson will do. He's not scared to hit it. Any opportunity, he'll hit it left or right foot. You can see, look, he's carrying Ruffin there. He's just carrying his left arm there.
Miller pings it long. Fondi comes over. Ruthven is there. Fondi looked like he got hit in the head. We mentioned his mom is here, Karen Fondi. Matt Fondi told me that the ponytail is all the work of his mom, Karen Fondi, who's in charge of all of his product, including the ponytail. Here's Bravo. Bravo's in. And out of bounds. Corner kick. Carolina.
Yeah, he's struggling. Look, centre back struggling. That's what we spoke about. It's the backward movement of your arm when you do your shoulder like that. But lovely little through ball there into Omar Bravo. Just touch got away from him.
Corner kick, Abadawi. As we walk you up to minute 60, Colin Clark looking on, the top man for the Railhawks. Short it goes to Cipollani. Cipollani back to Abadawi right in front. Kept high. And Johnson will just head it out of danger. It'll be a throw-in on the other side for the Railhawks. There's everybody up off the bench now warming up for Carolina in their orange jackets. They'll leave it for Miller for the throw-in. He'll give it to Watson. Right back to Miller. Neatly to Watson. Watson now, right side, trying to stay with it. Flicked away and out of bounds. Sent back in. Fondi is there. Now Marcelin will clean it up. This game being dominated right now by the Railhawks, but they still only have that 1-0 lead. Cipollani stays with it. Cipollani is in. Cipollani running into 4 white jerseys. Taken down. Did that go out of bounds? It did not.
Great tackle from Burke. Much better. Look, and he's back up on his feet, getting after it again, T. Cipollani. He's been much better tonight. Much more involved, you know, getting it so good with the ball at his feet, as we know, when he's just driving into that penalties area. And from a defender's point of view, it's the worst. There's nothing worse, Dean, when you get a forward driving you into the penalty area, because you can't tackle, you can't do anything.
Minute 61, Marcelin over to Daly. Daly's got Miller on his right. He'll give it back to Marcelin.
I think it's important to talk about Daly, you know, because he was involved in the games when he went through a little bit of a run, but he's been very solid tonight. Very, very good. Gone about his business well. His distribution's been excellent. His decision-making's been good.
Silvestre looking for an option. Gives it back to Daly. High pressure now coming from Keita. And Silvestre over to Miller. And now there is Daly. Great work and great words from Sam Stockley right on cue. Bravo was fouled. And it was Daly who got the Railhawks out of trouble right there.
Great
Sam,
play.
well done you.
Great play, real calm. I like the way that they played out from the back there, creating a nice little space. Omar Bravo comes in and gets you 60 yards, 70 yards up the field.
62nd minute. Jacksonville still letting the Railhawks pinging around in the back, up 1-0. They're not in a hurry. Here's Daly. Some pressure from Keita. He's still got Silvestre if he needs it. Instead, he'll give it back to Tobin. Marcelin calling for it. They'll come back to Silvestre.
Be interesting to see if he brings on Alundu soon. You know, he was the one that caused the goals when they played down there recently. He's a bit of an enigma for me. He's one of those that can hit it from 50 yards and hit the scoreboard, or could go top corner. They're certainly going through no World Cup down there, so he looks like he's probably going to make some changes soon.
Yeah, that was 2-2 down in Jacksonville, the final score, which would turn out to be the last game for Tony Meola. Abadawi comes sliding in. Daly has it.
I don't know if that's a free kick there for me. They both slid early. They both slid early, and they actually both pulled out of it because they both realised they slid early. They weren't trying to tackle each other. Look, they both slid, and then they both sort of stopped because they realised that they'd both done the same thing.
There's Wallace. There's Daly again. And Daly doing a lot of the work on Keita, which is not an easy assignment.
No, his positioning's been excellent there. He's the right side, so when that ball tries to get played into Keita's feet, he's already stepping and clearing it. He's been excellent. Wallace.
Miller, ooh, that could be a corner kick accidentally. Corner kick Jacksonville, minute 64.
So what we spoke about, these little lulls in the game where the away team gets a little bit of the ball, and this way Railhawks just need to stay focused on everything that they've been doing, keep their lines, keep Marcelin and Watson close to you as two centre-backs.
Both hands in the air with the right foot. Pinged far side. Miller gets his head on it. Scaglia able to shield Bravo. Lagerblom. And it'll be a corner kick again now for Jacksonville. Here comes the Armada.
Gives an opportunity for the two centre-backs, Nevada and Ruthin, to come up. And you can see Colin. Normally he's sat down a little bit more relaxed. He understands at 1-0, you know, with this part of the game, he's just got to see through this. Looking down there, Drew Becky. Maybe Marcelin will come off. They'll put Drew Becky in there just to hold that position. That would be my guess, maybe.
Referee gives the whistle. Coach Lowry not too happy, as Jacksonville not able to take advantage of that corner kick at all. Basically whistled before the corner was even driven in there.
Here comes Ilundu. This will give the Railhawks a different thought.
Charles Ilundu, the Cameroon speedster. And Sam Stockley told you he is not afraid to shoot anywhere on the field. We're minute 65. You're watching Railhawks Soccer on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel and WRAL2. And you're listening on your radio dial at 1550 AM and 99.9 HD3, The Ticket. Alongside Sam Stockley, I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you here on Saturday of Labor Day weekend, as we wish each and every one of you a happy and safe Labor Day weekend. Abadawi over to Marcelin. Marcelin flipped from behind. The big man stays on his feet.
No, he stays on his feet and then rolled it through Barrow's legs. Lovely, there's Barrow, lovely little delicate. It's normally him rolling it through people's legs. Lovely little delicate touch that was. And it's Barrow coming off. He's been quiet tonight for all the ability that he's got. When he played here at the beginning of the season, he was getting it and driving and taking people on, and it's not quite been his night for me tonight. He's had a couple of nice little things, but a player of his quality and ability needs to be more effective.
So Drew Becky's going to come on for James Marcelin. Marcelin
doesn't look too happy to come off, but
I don't think so, because he's
got to, you got to remember that he's put in a great shift. He's been excellent. Disappointed, but he's got, he's just coming back from injury. I know he's been playing and that, but like I said with Drew Becky, I think that they just feel that, I reckon, thought process behind that. Just because Drew Becky will sit. He'll sit in that hole knowing that Jacksonville Armada are going to try and come and get something. They're going to need to break out their shape a little bit in these last sort of 25 minutes, and Drew Becky will just sit there. That'll give Watson a bit more freedom to be able to get box to box.
67 minutes. Couple of subs. Ilundu on. And now Drew Becky, your first Mellow Mushroom substitution of the game for the Carolina Railhawks. The Railhawks thank Mellow Mushroom and all the fine sponsors for their support during this 2016 NASL season. Paul Black pushing forward. Shipolani had it for a moment, lost it, won it back. Shipolani spinning. Shipolani still on it. Shipolani almost able to dance along the end line or go out of bounds and come back to Jacksonville.
Yeah, real nice. Just see what he's trying to do there. Just trying to fake the left foot delivery and just sort of cut it back in again with his right foot.
Tonight's winner will receive a family 4-pack of passes to visit Deep River Sporting Clays and experience the excitement of Sporting Clay shooting. Tonight's winner
Scaglia check all the way back to get a piece of it, and Scaglia will get it right back. Scaglia crosses midfield. Jacksonville, for all of the dominance of the Railhawks, is only down a goal, and here they come now with Alundu in, and Keita as well. They send it in off of Miller's head.
No.
And it'll be a free kick opportunity, top of the 18. As close as it can possibly be. Abadawi will get the yellow.
He's got that wrong for me, Dean. Sorry, he's got that wrong. He's took a touch, they're both together, and as he's got in the box, for me, Lagerblom there, he's tried to kid it. Look, they're in front of each other there. He's lost his footing, his touch has gone just behind him. Here, look. His touch has gone behind him. They're both scrapping for the ball, and he's dived in there. Look, you can see, Konatomi, you can see, that's not a foul for me.
No, and they even gave him a card as well, so it hurts twice as hard. Free kick opportunity here. The wall being set up. Right now it looks a little bit short as the referee will mark it off with Colin Clark looking on. Jeff Gamble, does he have his foam?
No foam.
No foam. I tell you, without the foam, that's not 10 yards in my opinion. The Railhawks will take it.
I think
looks like about 9.
with the penalty spot, it's 6 yards from the penalty spot to the edge of the box.
It's not 10.
Yeah.
Shot right into the wall. Rebound off Silvestre. Lucky, really. It hit his left foot, I think, going the other way. Here come the Railhawks.
I don't know if he knew much about it.
is on it. It just hit his left leg on the rebound.
Wall did their job fantastic there, and then they caught. Was it Alundu or was it Keita that hit it? But it was he hit it clean, and see Brian just sticking out left leg.
Railhawks pushing forward. Black. Now Black is down. A yellow card given far side. I think that's Keita that will get it. It is. So Keita with the yellow. Mark Lowry looking on.
Just see it. Oh, we're seeing a free kick here now. Paul Black just driving through the gap. Yeah, that's a push. He pushes him straight into the left back bark, right back bark.
Keita, I think he knew it. She's trying to wave off the yellow.
Minute to number 10 for the Railhawks, Nazmi Al-Badawi. Also, Jacksonville yellow card in the 70th minute of play to
71st minute.
Number 10 in the 70th minute.
Badawi is over the ball. So is Watson. Watson now will leave it to number 10, the assist leader this year in the NASL. He's got 9. As his perfect pass to T. Shipolani, the only goal in the game. Badawi with his right foot, sent in. Still loose. Ilundu able to get his head on it. Keita's there, back to Ilundu. And here comes Ilundu. He can gobble up real estate quickly. Number 99, Ilundu staying with it. Man open, he'll get it to him. It could be tied at 1. It's not though. Silvestri cutting down the angle on Steinberger, and it's still 1-0.
That's what we spoke about. We spoke about the counter-attack, Dean. They've just got to be aware. It's gone from brilliant play from Ilundu there, and he's in. He's done everything right. He's got the touch. He's just put it wide.
Give Silvestri some credit, though, for making the angle tight.
Steinberger there, for me, yeah, he's done well. Silvestri's got a good angle there, but for me, Steinberger's got to finish that. I looked straight down at the bench, and head coach Lowry had his head in his hands. Great opportunity that was for his team to level up there. Again, it came a far free kick.
Shipolani winning the third ball. Bravo so close to a little back heel to Fondi. Big sigh if you're a Railhawks fan.
It's the only way they're going to score for me, Dean, especially now that they've got Alundu up top. Keita, they're going to get caught in a counter-attack. That's why Drew Becky's in there to shore that gap up, and he's just got to sit there now, not drift too far from either side of the centre circle for me, really. Just do a job there.
73rd minute, Silvestre will deal it to Connor Tobin.
For me, if I'm Drew Becky, I'm telling Matt Watson to stay high. You want Matt Watson staying high. You don't, and Drew Becky could be the defensive midfielder. Yeah, Watson does all this good work here, but let Drew do that and give Matt Watson the opportunity to be able to get forward and up the field.
Instead, it's Becky who pushes forward and Watson checks back. I agree with you though, Sam. We'll keep an eye on that. Here's Daly.
And I'm only saying that, no disrespect to Drew Becky, because you want Matt Watson up and around the edge of the box trying to finish and thread things. A little warning though there from Jackson Armada, just on that counter-attack. Alundu's pace down this side, drove inside. Great run from Steinberger, just couldn't finish.
Daly heads it to Becky. Lagerblom trying to close on him. Abadawi now. It's Lagerblom doing a lot of running. Oh, and a mistake. Becky loses it. Keita with Tobin. Alundu falls on it. And it's Daly with the sliding tackle to save the day. Watson dancing with it. Gives it to Fondi. Shipolani will clean it up. Back to Fondi. Fondi staying with it. It's Fondi. Shipolani wants it back. Fondi over to Shipolani. Shipolani finds his own angle. Oh my! Taken down hard. Lagerblom. He could get something other than a yellow here. Let's see. He wrapped Shipolani with both legs and took him down.
He got cramp. I know that because he just stretched his calf out, but
just a yellow. Meanwhile, Ilundu is also down on the ground.
Great play there from Matt Fondi. Look, I like this. Look, stop, push from T. Shipolani, and then just gets caught. Lagerblom pulls him down, just catches him, ties him up. Alundu just that he went into the block tackle. I think it was either Miller, maybe Miller it was, when the ball got loose, went into the block tackle, and I think he just left his ankle a little bit loose there and got caught.
Alundu over near Colin Clark and Dewan Bader. Dewan Bader, the assistant coach, off his bench. Nick Platter down there. Greg Shields, Mike Milazzo.
That is not 10 yards from the wall.
Where's the foam?
He's got, yeah, look, Naz is counting it out. Naz Abadawi's counting it out. It's quite right. So he's got to be careful though, because he's on a yellow card, but Naz Abadawi's right here. Look, he's right. The referee's got to sort this. This is a problem. The referee, he's the captain. He's allowed to do that, right? But he's on a yellow card. Look, great play from Skeglier there, just saying, hey, ref, relax. But it's because he's embarrassed, because he's not done his job, because he hasn't got the distance right. That's all that is. That's not 10 yards, Dean.
It's not even close.
Look, you can see Bravo.
So Abadawi takes the shot! It's over the crossbar, looked like it went in. It wasn't even look like it was 8 yards.
And you know what happens, and this is what frustrates players. Again, I could talk from experience. The referee has clearly got that wrong, but because he doesn't want to be shown up, or doesn't want to be seen to be wrong, his arrogance doesn't allow him to move him there, and it's wrong.
76 minutes.
That's my personal opinion on it. I've been there a few times, Dean.
Goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in now for Jacksonville.
That's why I'm not a referee.
Not an easy gig for sure.
Nah, he's done well. He's done well. I'm not questioning that, but that there, the decision was wrong.
Steinberger now left side to Wallace. 77th minute. Wallace with that left foot. Ilundu.
He's quick. Ilundu. They've got to be careful down this. This is where you might see.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. Ilundu. Ooh, that looked like a handball. Boy, the referee could have blown his whistle there. He thought about it too. It
did look like a handball. This is where you might see Brian Shriver just come in and do his defensive duties. It's a tough one though, because T. Cipollani's playing so well, but at what point does maybe you bring Brian Shriver on to be able to shore down this right hand side with Ilundu coming down it?
Look at Watson's going to have a go. Watson with a long run. One person to beat, and it was Navarro who was able to take it away before it found Fondi. 78th minute now as Miller heads it back into play. Watson is there, looking for Fondi, drops it to Abadawi. He's got Bravo over the top. Bravo! And knocked high and away.
Good defending there from Burke, because it was great play from Naz Abadawi again to Bravo. Just a clever little chip over the top. But
Coach Lowry not done. Alex Dixon trying to check in and take a look at here at the last play. Let's see when it pops up. Well, no, maybe not. Not a handball, I don't think. It was close.
There's no one. You'd have seen Keita might have had a call, but this is another quick lad. Dixon, he'll be coming in.
Minute of play brought to you by Mel Mushroom. Coming out of the game, their captain, number 8, Pekka Lagerblom.
So Alex Dixon will check in, number 21. Lagerblom will come out. So Dixon in for Pekka Lagerblom from Finland. So Dixon, see what he can do here now. Played a little bit with the Rochester Rhinos. Keita so good with his back. And this is dangerous. Ilundu is in. Miller in a foot race. Miller gets a piece of it. It bounces off of Ilundu, I think. It should be a goal kick, and it is.
Brilliant there from Miller. Brilliant. What a ball that is, though, in behind. And that's what they just got to be careful when there's no pressure on that far side now. Steve Miller's done excellent there. When there's no pressure, that's a great ball. Miller's just going to have to drop a little bit because there's going to be pace. Great tackle. Does very well there, the right back.
Yeah, he was able to make up that space that Ilundu had. Just a perfect angle from Miller. Just never gave up on it. Here comes Watson again. Watson touching it into space. Watson always seems to have an extra gear late when you think he's dead.
What a touch.
Fondi, tough touch. And off of Fondi, goal kick back to Jacksonville.
You're exactly right. It just seems like when he gets it out in front of him, he just like goes through the gears, doesn't he, Watson? He's just got that extra pace. It's great delivery as well.
So it's going to be Austin Deleuze who's going to come on for Omar Bravo. Yeah, keep in mind Omar Bravo took that shot to the knee, and he might be spent here just a little bit. Omar Bravo shaking the hand of the referee and then coming out.
What I think they'll do is they'll probably go to a 4-5-1. They'll keep Fondi up top on his own, bring Naz Abadawi maybe inside, and Deleuze will go out onto that left-hand side. Maybe it'll be a 4-4-1-1 with Abadawi playing just under Fondi, but it won't be just be a little bit more defensive, I think, with Naz dropping in when they don't have Naz Abadawi dropping in when they don't have the ball.
One more sub remaining, another Mellow Mushroom substitution made by Colin Clark and the Carolina Railhawks. Deleuze in, Bravo out. Brian Shriver, who is the only Railhawks player that's played in every game, still not come on yet. Becky to Deleuze. Now Becky again, back to Brian Silvestri. Still a lot of time, 81st minute. We'll have some extra time. Been some injuries here in the second half. No goals, though. The Cipollani goal still standing up. Fondi to Abadawi. Abadawi, good ball. Deleuze back to his right now. What a pass. Abadawi, and a save by Lewis.
Brilliant. All starts from a wonderful ball by Daly. Another fantastic 50-yard ball from Daly into Fondi. Great movement. I thought Deleuze was probably going to pull the trigger just as he cut inside, but then brilliant ball here. What a touch that is from Fondi. Look, Naz Abadawi, another great ball. Here, Deleuze cuts inside. He was looking to hit that maybe. Just leaves it a little bit short on there, and the keeper does very, very well. Closes that angle right down.
Big save from Lewis. Clever touches from Abadawi and Deleuze. Corner kick now from Abadawi. Abadawi, Fondi's there. Punched by Lewis. Top of the 18. They'll call a foul, though, as I think they're going to call it on Drew Becky.
Great play again there from Carolina Railhawks.
82nd minute. There you see the Canadian, Drew Becky, number 4, came off the bench to replace James Marcelin. DeLuz, so calm, plays it into space. Knew Becky was there. Becky looking for options, gives it back to Connor Tobin. DeLuz to Black. Black in. Ruthven, who seems to be okay, hurt his shoulder on that tackle, preventing Fondy from scoring, as Fondy with 6 goals here in the fall season, looking for that goal number 7. He may still have it as he's still in there. When you're on a hot streak like Fondy, you're going to try to work those final 9 minutes to get that goal.
He'll get a chance. He'll get one more chance before the game's out, no doubt. His movement's good.
Watson, boy, it was almost right there. Just couldn't thread the needle. And there's Becky cleaning up, just like Sam Stockley said he should be doing. He did it there. DeLuz over to Fondy. Fondy with Becky leaving it for Black. Abadawi, 2 men on him. Gives it back to DeLuz. DeLuz. Abadawi, Fondy. Fondy, he can shoot from there. He does. Deflected by Ruthven. And picked up by Ilundu. This is where Jacksonville's dangerous. Better work by the Railhawks getting players behind the ball. And look at that. They just pick up 30 yards right through the middle of the field. It's Dixon. Ilundu on the left. They'll give it to him. Flag stays down. Ilundu wasn't sure. Be out of bounds. Back to Carolina.
No, exactly that. Great build-up play just before that with the Railhawks. Real good ball movement. I love what DeLuz was doing out on that left-hand side. Just rolled it and then cut it back in with his outside of his left foot. But again, that's why Drew Becky's in there. It's why Watson's in there. It's so important when the Railhawks have the ball in this last 7 minutes that one of those sit and hold that midfield and block it. Because if they both go forward, they're going to, either one of those Jacksonville Armada forwards are going to pull in. That will be Dixon, it will be Ilundu, it will be Keita, Johnson, they'll pull into that hole. And before you know it, they're going to spring a counter-attack.
Ball out of bounds, far side. Carolina Railhawks lead Jacksonville by a score of 1-0. A first half goal from T. Shipalani. The assist, Nasbi Abadawi, his league leading 9th of the year. Off the head of Tobin. Over to Black, high pressure from Keita. Fondy was hoping that it was going to slide all the way through to Abadawi. He left it. Steinberger doing the work in the midfield for Jacksonville. 85th minute, 1-0 Carolina. Off Becky to DeLuz. DeLuz over to Abadawi. Abadawi. He's got Miller on the right. Shipalani. Shipalani down near the corner flag. Sometimes he likes to turn around and go back the other way. Daly sends it in, nobody home, and then all of a sudden DeLuz is there. But Burke will just head it back to his goalkeeper. It's now Sean Lewis between the pipes. Miguel Gallardo had to leave after a groin pull.
Academy, an independent co-ed day school grades pre-K through 12. We believe you belong here. Serving students in Durham, Chapel Hill, Bromley, and from Elon to Henderson.
Lowry directing traffic. Calling for it to go over the top. It does. And Miller cleans it up. A little push there by Becky.
No need. Didn't need to do that.
Did not.
They had 2 bodies around it. It gives them an opportunity to put it in the box. They'll all come up for this. Didn't need to do it. It's important now the Railhawks hold their line. Great run from Steinberg in behind to try and get it, but no need for Becky to do that. They've got to hold their line, give Brian Silvestri some. It's going to be delivered with Johnson. He can deliver it left or right foot. This will get whipped in. Probably look to drop it. He's trying to look to drop this probably. Look, there's a massive gap there for me, Dean. Look at that space. I'd almost want someone to drop a little bit earlier, just maybe into that hole. Good starting position from Brian. That's exactly where you want him.
Referee. Just a one-man wall. T. Shipalani. Jamel Johnson with those 4 assists, looking for 5. Headed out of there by Fondy. To DeLuz. Now Shipalani. Kind of bounced up on him. Throwing for Wallace. Fair play from Colin Clark, giving the ball back to Wallace. He could have let that go. Now Wallace with his left foot. Dixon has got some skying ability.
Well played there from Conatoba. Nice and calm, nice and relaxed. For me now, Railhawks just have to keep the ball. Just kill the game and keep the ball. They don't need to score another. Jacksonville are going to have to come pressing, so you'll get the gaps. It's the best way for me to keep the game, to kill the game, is just to keep the ball.
88th minute. Shipalani has not stopped this entire game. He's been brilliant. So is Abadawi, who's on it now. Abadawi, just a different level this year. Abadawi cutting it back. Remember when Abadawi screwed Joe Cole into the ground for that goal against Tampa Bay? And here's Abadawi again. Abadawi. Boy, just as I say it, he loses it.
That's fine, though. That's where you want him to do that. 100 yards from your goal, up in the corner.
Abadawi gets it back. Quickly to Becky. Becky has the space! And almost put that one in.
Just on his weaker side. Great effort there from Becky. Could have maybe overcritical. He's tried to lace it. Could have maybe just opened up, maybe bent that far post. Opened it up. Difficult though when it's not on your stronger side. You tend, I'd have done the same. I'd have put my foot through it and closed my eyes and hopefully it's gone in top corner.
89th minute. Oh, Sam Stockley keeping it real. I love it. Here's Abadawi. Abadawi. Fondi offside. He knew it.
Let's get back in though. They've just got to get back in now, get their shape.
89th minute. Looks like they're still going to try to squeeze Brian Shriver into this game, which will keep his appearances 100% this year. Look at Watson with the sliding tackle. Watson hoping to get it back. Navarro cleans it up.
I imagine they'll bring Shriver on, maybe bring T. Shipalani off. Let's lock up this right-hand side. T's been excellent tonight. Back to the old T. Shipalani for me tonight.
No doubt about it. Abadawi in the 18, staying with it, spinning, creating his own space. How's he do it? And a save from Lewis.
It's an unbelievable feat. Unbelievable feat there.
Better every single game.
Just such good feet. Does everything right there.
And Miller is fouled by Ilundu, and that'll help here as we're in minute 90.
Look at this from Naz Abadawi here. Look, misses a touch there, knows exactly what's going on, gets his body in the right place to start with. And then it's all about his footwork. Look at this footwork here, Dean. Look, touch, clip. Just a little drag outside, inside, and then hits it straight down. He could have rolled it, yeah, we're being overcritical there. But
he was open.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Make those
I
moves.
wouldn't have. So you do that and you do that, you're trying to finish it top corner.
You got to figure T. Shipalani will get a big round of applause from the Railhawks faithful.
Yeah, it was a big game for T. Shipalani tonight. I think, I've been one of them. I've been saying need a little bit more from him. I'd like to see him take the people on and drive in, and just goes to show when he does it, he can control the game and dictate the game.
4 minutes of added time. Brian Shriver is on. 4 minutes will seem like an eternity here as the Railhawks try to get 3.
Should swing this over to Austin Deleuze and let him drop it in the corner.
Daly drops it to Watson. Watson now here to Shriver. Shriver's first touch and somehow stays with Abadawi. Spun back, Shriver comes in hard to Abadawi, back to Shriver. Shriver now cutting back to his left. Watson staying with it into Fondi. Fondi on the turn, pushed down. And he was looking for that goal.
He was just falling backwards. Good defending there from Ruffin. Centre-back's done well, considering I thought he was struggling with his shoulder. He's shaking that off. And it's been a stellar performance for me from all of the players from Railhawks.
Yeah.
It really has. Everyone, they've all done their piece, they've all worked very hard.
Yeah, defensively, keep in mind that sliding tackle from that man Miller, who's fouled Ilundu right there.
No need to have this opportunity, no need to, it's just going to be delivered into the box. Just got to stay organised and focused now. The Railhawks, it's going to come in the box. You can see, look, centre half box coming up.
Wallace with the free kick in the 92nd minute. 2 minutes and about 15 seconds thereabouts remaining. Of course, Jeff Gamble will have the final say. He's your referee. Wallace pings it long in there. Goes out of bounds. Corner kick, Jacksonville. Danger time. 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Keeper's just said, should I go up? Probably would have stuck the goalkeeper up there myself.
It'll be Jamal Johnson. There's Lewis right at midfield. He'll stay there. Johnson with his left foot.
What a header that is from Connor Tobin.
Yeah, he got to it even before Silvestri could. That's just making sure, right?
Yeah, yeah. Golden rule, even if the goalkeeper calls for it in that position, get your head on it. Argue about that later in the shower.
Ruthven sends it in. Scaglia. Well, that was close as it went off of Daly. Ping long. And we've got about 1:10 remaining. 1:10 remaining.
It's got to stay organized here.
Ruthven with 60 seconds remaining. The Railhawks won't mind him going backwards. Lewis has it now. Lewis, the goalkeeper. Not a strong boot. Won by Miller. Now Ruthven goes long. This is a big play. Daly gets his head on it. It's still loose. Final seconds here. Ruthven pushing forward. Dixon on the turn. And Tobin will knock it out of bounds. 35 seconds or thereabouts remaining in this one. The Railhawks on top 1-0. And Deleuze will win it. Deleuze over to Fondi. Fondi back to Deleuze into space. Deleuze attacking. Shriver's on the other side.
He's going corner.
Deleuze is going corner.
He's been in the game too long. He needs to keep it there.
10 seconds remaining. Now 9. Still loose. It'll stay with Jacksonville. What will the referee do here? He'll give him one more chance. Referee not looking. It's still loose. Tobin comes forward. You feel like Tobin, it's going to be hard for him to see this late. The referee's going to give Jacksonville one more chance to tie it. Sent in and across. It'll fall. Ilundu still loose. Wallace is on it. Down near the end line. Crossed again. Tobin. They run into each other. He's got to clear it. Still loose. Shot back. Deflected. And there's the whistle. The Carolina Railhawks survive and win it by a score of 1-0.
Well earned, apart from these last couple of minutes where it was chaos, but well earned win there from the Carolina Railhawks. Excellent play.
All right, for Kyle Lang and our entire crew, my broadcast partner, the former England footballer, Sam Stockley, I'm Dean Linke. Your final score, thanks to that man right there, T. Shipolani, is the Carolina Railhawks 1 and Jacksonville 0. Leaving you saying one more time, how about the Carolina Railhawks?
We'll be putting on a fireworks show here at Wakeman Soccer Park. Again, if you look at the video board, that's